And being that the Blind Children Center involves children and also involves sight, and I thought this would be a good project for me to get started. So I invited Blind Children Center's director. That was Muriel. I think she happens to be the Montebello Lion. So she came over and did the presentation. And before the presentation, I invited neighboring clubs to join us and listen for what they offer and what we can help. So she came over and did the presentation. Everyone was very excited to hear what they need and what this center, a non-profit organization funded by private donation without any government's help, can do for the blind children. So immediately the zone chair, Karen Lin of Foothill, has supported this project. And being a regional chair, she also emailed everyone and asked for the support. So that was a good start. Then we started to arrange for the visit on October 10th. And at that time, 9 people showed up. That represents 6 different clubs. And most of the visitors that day was impressed by how Blind Children Center run and how they can help these children. So after that, after that day, then we had this cabinet meeting the next time, and Drew Songs offered me the opportunity to present this project in the district-wide task force meeting. Right after the meeting, Acadia Chinese, after 3 days later, they had a board meeting and they presented a $1,000 check right away. So that kind of get the ball rolling because And I use email extensively because I think this is a technology that we can utilize to broadcast a lot of information very effectively. And I happen to be in the information technology business for about 15 years. So I'm familiar with a lot of software. For example, Photoshop is a photo editing tool that you can make nice photos very quickly. And I use Microsoft Outlook to send out email. And Outlook also has a lot of capability you can play to make the email very interesting and very attractive. And I think the key thing is to recognize people when they make the donation. And I always try to describe their passion of the donation and try to include their photo if I can. When email was broadcasted, I went through like 100 people, and most of them are key positions like presidents, past district governors, and I was hoping that they will in turn email to their members and they would get more people to support. Also, when we made the visit on when we visit, they gave us two items on their wish list. Number 1 was the Braille printer, and number 2 was the van. The Braille printer was because they don't have money to purchase electrical Braille printer, so the teacher has to spend 4 hours a day trying to manually create the Braille material for the children. So that became top priority. And the van was because they have only a van that's 14 years old and they cannot afford to replace another van. So our task was to give them the Braille printer first. So we were able to do that by this outstanding 4 clubs. Then we immediately can purchase a $2,500 Braille printer for them. So we make the presentation on somewhere in December. And at that time, we call all the media, we call the newspaper, and Governor Judy was kind enough to participate in that event. And a lot of people here also participated in that event. So that gave us very good publicity to even make the project stronger and make it more visible for more people to donate. And I also they announced it in the TV news, so I took the time to record the program, and I put it on the YouTube and email to everyone so everyone can see what's happening and to get excited. Extra credibility. Thanks for Governor Judy. And in conclusion, I think this project success, everyone who contributed to this project is a hero, and I am just a messenger.
Oh, okay. I think there may be some presentations coming on here.
OK，不是弄全部弄下来了，中间
At the last
弄了大
event,
概
which
2-3
I know that it was not only you, Ryan Kenny, but also, who was it, Pauline Rosemead, Pauline, and who else organized the big event we had. Checks were in excess of $6,000 were presented to me. We had a picture of all of that. And I do believe we have a few other checks that are coming in today on the pledges that you've got. And we'll start with Lion Frank Montbello.
Very cool. Lion Danny Chip, President. So we'd like to present you with the Montbello's pledge of $1,200.
Wow.
I think we're okay.
And then I know we have at least one more. That is Lion President Marilyn Biddle.
Thank you. Lion Kenny, we'd like to, the Downtown Lions Club of Long Beach would like to present you a check of $2,000.
And that's the amazing thing, the way this young man, and I emphasize young, because I got to tell you, every time I see anybody come into our club that's under 50, I go, oh my child, where would you like to stay? Can I get your coffee? Can I get your tea? Anything. But the reason that this has really gone forward so much faster than we ever dreamed is because of what he's done, what he's worked at. And he's kept us all going. And we now have barely, just a little bit with these checks, which will be turned into our treasurer, who is keeping them in a separate account, by the way. That we're very careful about that. But because we have now we're slightly over the $16,000 that we needed to have to ask for a matching grant from Lions Clubs International Foundation, which will be going to them and presumably will be approved at their June meeting. And Lion Kenny has already sent out to most of you the fact that we're looking for a big celebration in July when we present that band. This is the guy that did it.